Shalom, shalom, lekulam, shalom, chavrei. Wow, here it is, Erev Rosh Hashanah. Can you believe it? You know, with so much unsurety swirling around us, we're also invited by our Creator to perhaps do some inner work and see what it is we're sure about. Is there anything that we're sure about right now? I've been reflecting on that possibility. In fact, maybe there's one little insight. I can anchor my faith, my trust, my hope. In that vein, I've been reflecting on the theme of judgment, Yom Hadin, the day of judgment during Rosh Hashanah, and its relationship to the mitzvah of the day, the blowing of the shofar. We know that in the Chumash, in Numbers 29:1, this holiday is referred to as the day of the blowing, Yom HaTruah. It's only in the oral Torah, many, many years later, centuries later, that we come to understand there are different motifs, different themes that somehow connect to the blowing of the shofar. The oral tradition in the Mishnah, Rosh Hashanah, in the very beginning, the second Mishnah in chapter 1, actually refers to this day as a day where the human being is being judged. This is because historically, on that very day, when Adam and Eve were created, on that day, they sinned. They were judged, and then they were expelled from Eden, from the Garden of Eden. And oh, would we like to be back there now? Yes, not yet. With this expulsion, the Creator introduced immortality, human immortality. We no longer are going to live forever. So every year since that moment, on that day, our Creator judges each human being and decides whether to continue blessing that individual with life or not. Being born is not a reward, and dying is not a punishment. They're both bookends to our sojourn in this world when our body and soul come together. For a while now, maybe for decades, I've been contemplating and reflecting on this, on these themes: judgment, the shofar, being blessed, living, not living. And I keep asking myself, what does this mean to me on my unique journey? And what does it mean to you by extension? What does this really mean to our specifics, to who we are as individuals, as creations, unique creations, each one of us by our Creator? I ask myself, who is judging me and what is being judged? Now, yes, God is judging me. Okay, that's the macro. Specifically, though, what does that really mean? What does it mean? God is judging me on Yom Hadin, the day of judgment. For some, the answers may be obvious. However, this is no longer obvious to me. What's clear is I'm being judged. What's not clear is, what does that really mean? Maybe to some of you, it may not be so clear. So I look at the word, which we do a lot of on Rosh Hashanah, to pray. I mean, basically, the mitzvah of the day is to hear the shofar, but we spend hours and hours and hours praying. And in Hebrew, the word praise, lehitpalel. Lehitpalel is self-reflexive. And it's from pei lamed lamed palel, judge. We're judging ourselves. The very word, the very verb, lehitpalel, implies not that, it doesn't imply I'm requesting or I'm beseeching or I'm asking of God anything. I am self-judging. I move into this space, this cloud within, this cloud of self-judgment. To enter into the prayer space on Rosh Hashanah, I've come to understand, I've come to realize that I'm entering into the space of self-judgment. The PSS Rebbe teaches that this is an opportunity to seek deep inside of oneself through quieting the mind, an encounter with the Shekhinah, with that part of God, that transcendental, greater than everything God within me. So it affords me it's the path to an imminent, intimate, and personal experience rather than the transcendental one. That's really beyond capturing anything in that moment as being finite. I'm unable. I'm simply, it says in the Zohar, it's impossible. Ein tefisa beklal. So maybe perhaps that creator energy, that divine energy that's judging me, is really the peace of God deep inside of me. It's all happening within. Lihit palel. So the person, the part, the component, the dimension of who's judging me is the deeper part of me, the pure part of me. The part of me that does seek to judge, but not to feel good or bad about who I am, but to discern, to review, to undergo and to cultivate this cheshbon nefesh, this spiritual stock taking, in order for me to appreciate, am I manifesting my higher self? If yes, what am I doing to do that? If no, what am I doing not to do that? And those are the areas that I can either continue cultivating or perhaps changing, amending. It's not about being severe with myself. It's not about, God forbid, hating myself. Or is it falling in love with myself? I would like to suggest that when we even have the holy chutzpah to imagine we can do this deeper inner work, that we really hear the shofar, our inner shofar, that primal voice that helps us perhaps, I would say, that remind us of when we hear that primal voice deep inside of our core, in the very marrow of our existence. It invites us to discern if we really want to live. Before I ask of my Creator, bless me with a year of life, do I want to live? Really live? Do I want that? And I would suggest that the blowing of the shofar can awaken within all of us to gently beseech of the divine, to guide me, to inspire all of us to live a life worthy of the blessing of life, a life dedicated to encountering the divine presence, the Shekhinah, both within us individually and around us in each other. And what would be perhaps one, well, there are many, but one in particular component of this spiritual practice, of this avodah ruchanit? Well, if Yom Hadin is the day of judgment, it also means the day of severity. Judging between connotes spirit in terms of spiritual energy. There's a severity to that. And one of my teachers, Rav Daniel Katz here in Yerushalayim, many years ago introduced the idea that when you're surrounded by severity, you have a choice. We can't control our external circumstances, but we have a choice. We can either further the severity or we can sweeten the severity. It's called hamtakat hadinim, lahamtik, metikut, motek, to sweeten. So in closing, I would like to bless us. I would like to invite us all to manifest in this practice of self-judgment, and then asking our Creator, as the Creator judges us, to go about this with sweetness, lahamtik, What does that mean? To go about our lives, starting right now, and if not now, tomorrow, if not tomorrow, the day after, as we prepare to enter into the Yom Hadin, begin to identify, begin to discover and reveal those parts of us where we can be more soft, we can be more gentle with ourselves and with each other. Honestly, yes. Authentically, yes. To discern, yes, but with softness, with gentleness, with compassion, with kindness. Chavri, we need that now so much. And what do we say when we begin the meal on Rosh Hashanah? We dip the apple in honey and we ask, we say, Yehi Ratzon, may this be a year. May this be a year. Shana Tova Umituka. We're asking for the sweetness. This coming year is Tufshin Pei Hey 5785. The letter is Tufshin Pei Hey. Every year, different people like to interpret what that's the acronym for. I would like to suggest this year to Hey, that's the tough. Shin, Shnat, the year of. Pei, the Pella. Hey, Hamitikut. May this year be the year of sweetness. I bless all of us in closing. Chavre, oh, we're all so holy. We're all so precious. Let us really connect. Let us really, really connect in sweetness. Shana tova u'mituka. May this be a year for all of Am Yisrael, all of humanity. We need this, a year of goodness, a year of sweetness. K'tiva v'chatima tova. We may all be written and sealed in the book of real living. Litraot, kol tuv, all the best. I love you all. Toda.